Thank you very much for this nice introduction. Kalimera, ladies and gentlemen. I don't speak too much Greece. I understand not too much, but I learned the old Greek language, and so I can read it. But the interest, thank you for the invitation, for having me invited to talk to you about the advances in bioactive collagen peptides. As you have heard, I'm a surgeon by myself, and I'm working since several years at Gelita as a manager of medical affairs, which means in the end that all the medical and clinical related questions come to my table. And I want to talk about these topics today to you. First, I want to tell you a little bit about our company, only a few words, and then I come to the main topic of today. The most interesting thing for you may be, what is bioactive collagen peptides? What does it mean? And afterwards, I will talk about the 3 products relating to joint health, skin health, and bone health. Let's start with a few words about the company Gelita. The legal form, Gelita is an independent, unlisted stock company owned by the founding families. Founding year was 1875. The headquarters is based in Germany, in Eberbach, which is a town near Heidelberg in the south of Germany, 100 kilometers in the south of Frankfurt. But we are placed all over the world. We have 21 production plants all over the world, and we have additional 4 sales offices. And our market share is 22%, which means that we are the market leader of gelatin, basically, and all the products derived from gelatin. We have more than 2,650 employees, and down in the base you can see how our turnover has improved in the last years. In the last 4 years, we could nearly double it from nearly 400 million euros in 2009 to today more than 709,000 euros. Million euros, sorry. So this is the role of collagen in the human body. The biological role of collagen is adding stability to life. Basically, it's a structure protein. Collagen is the main component of connective tissue. In the musculoskeletal system, it's up to 70% of the dry cartilage mass, especially in the joints and in the menisci. And it's also the main component of tendons, more than 85%, and the ligaments, more than 70%. And as well, it's abundant in bone and blood vessels and intervertebral discs. It's accounting for 6% of the weight of strong tendinous muscles. And when we are talking about collagen in the skin, it's up to 75% of the dry skin mass. And here on the right side, you can see a typical representative of a collagen double helix. And on the right side, there are written down all the amino acids which we can find in collagen. And the blue ones are the essential amino acids, and the yellow ones are the amino acids. These are only found in collagen, which is lysine and proline. And I will come to that later on. So this is the product definition of bioactive collagen peptides. In fact, they are a characteristic mixture of collagen peptides derived from a specific hydrolysis of collagen. They are clearly defined by an average molecular weight by a molecular weight fraction, a characteristic multi-MS mask peaks fingerprints down on the side of the charts. You can see the fingerprint and a typical amino acid profile. And these amino acid chains, they last from 2 to 80 amino acids. In the middle, this is a typical representative of a peptide. And we have here a characteristic distribution of the peptides shown by an example of 40-gal right here. 40-gal is the specific bioactive collagen peptides for joint health. And these peptides are ranging from 0.5 to 15 kilodaltons with a mean molecular weight around 3.0 kilodalton as an example here for 40-gal. So in summary, we have a special mixture of peptides, and this mixture is responsible and optimized for the impact of the connective tissue. Talking a little bit about history. Since the Middle Ages, the beneficial effects of broth prepared from collagen-rich tissue has been documented. A German nun, her name was Hildegard of Bingen, has stated it first 900 years ago by saying, "He who has stabbing pain in his limbs and joints as well as stomach and intestinal pain should frequently eat plenty of well-cooked beef trotters, including fat and calluses. That soon gets rid of the pain." And also in other cultures, like in Turkey, people know and use the advantages of collagen and its derived peptides. Justus von Liebig, a German chemist who lived about 200 years ago, stated collagen glue can contribute to rebuild and maintain collagen structure and could cause an increase of collagen mass. So nowadays, a more convenient product than collagen glue is used. It is a collagen hydrolysate, which is a blend of collagen peptides. And the impact of bioactive collagen peptides, which are optimized on the appropriate target tissue, this could be demonstrated in several preclinical and clinical studies. For the preclinical part, the mode of action has been elucidated in recent years of intensive research. Because of the limited time frame I have here today, I will show you this action mechanism as an example of 40-gal for cartilage tissue. But it is also equivalent in skin and bone tissue as seen in our experiments. And therefore, Gelita chose the classical step-by-step way of a preclinical research path. In several studies, it could be demonstrated that in principle the process runs in these three phases: absorption, distribution, and stimulation. First one is absorption. You might know that bioactive collagen peptides are orally ingested. But do they pass the mucosa? Yes, I will come to that. And distribution. Are bioactive collagen peptides found in the blood and in the cartilage? We will see it on the next slide. And then we come to efficacy. What impact do bioactive collagen peptides have in the target organ? We will see this in a couple of moments. And last not least, we will see the proof of this concept in our clinical data. Let's start with the absorption. Collagen hydrolysate is fully digested in the gastrointestinal tract and predominantly broken down to single amino acids and dipeptides, as demonstrated on healthy volunteers. The oral ingestion of collagen hydrolysate led to a significant increase of free and peptide-bound hydroxyproline in the blood plasma of the test people. Hydroxyproline is a specific amino acid of collagen. And in volunteers, it could be proved that it is rapidly absorbed from the gastrointestinal tract with the highest serum level at 60 minutes. And how much of the administered collagen hydrolysate is absorbed? It has been demonstrated that about 99% of oral applied Fortigale was absorbed in a molecular intact form from the intestine within 12 hours after administration. So these facts may give you a good impression of the excellent bioavailability. Our next step is distribution. The results of another study indicated that collagen hydrolysate is absorbed in a high molecular form to some extent with peptides up to 10 kilodalton, and that these peptides subsequently accumulate also in the cartilage tissue. It was calculated that the amount of bioactive collagen peptides detected in the cartilage could reach concentrations being sufficient to stimulate chondrocyte metabolism. This was observed in cell culture experiments. When you look on the slides, you see the red curve, which is especially marked single amino acid proline. And the blue curve shows that 12 hours after administration, the portigate peptides stay on a high level over the observation period of 96 hours. And this means that an intake day by day leads to an accumulation in the cartilage tissue. So now we can state regarding the distribution, bioactive collagen peptides enter the bloodstream and significantly accumulate in the target organ, which is the joint. So now we know that bioactive collagen peptides arrived in the target organ. But how do we know that they have an impact on this tissue? Therefore, I'd like to draw your attention to some further trials on efficacy. Experimental studies on primary articular chondrocytes and cartilage tissue explants demonstrated the stimulatory effect of Fortigale supplementation on the biosynthesis of cartilage extracellular matrix macromolecules. So what is shown here is the determination of type 2 collagen in the cell cultures. And please let me turn your attention to the black curve first, representing the control cells. As you can see, we find increasing amounts of type 2 collagen until the end of the observation period of 11 days, which is indicating that the cells still behave like chondrocytes. But if we add Fortigale to the culture medium, there was a pronounced increase of type 2 collagen synthesis, becoming statistically significant 3 days after the supplementation of collagen hydrolysate. And at the end of the experiment, type 2 collagen was more than doubled compared to the controls. More than doubled. And this effect of increase of cartilage tissue can also be demonstrated in a visualization. More than 90% of the cartilage is consisting of extracellular matrix and chondrocytes. The chondrocytes are embedded in the extracellular matrix. And these chondrocytes themselves produce collagen and proteoglycans. Collagen and proteoglycans are the two major components of the extracellular matrix of the joint cartilage. And in a percentual ratio, it's collagen about 60% and proteoglycans, mainly aggrecan, about 30%. And what you can see here is the increase of cartilage synthesis shown in these four pictures. On the upper part, the different situation in synthesis of collagen with or without 40 gel. On the left side, without 40 gel, and on the right side, more brown color under the treatment with 40 gel. And the same information in a different experiment and coloration also for the proteoglycans. Left side without 40 gel, less green color. Right side shows more green color. And this is an effect of stimulation on the cells with 40 gel and an increased synthesis of proteoglycans. So as a summary, we could see that the bioactive collagen peptides are absorbed from the intestine. Most of the peptides are digested to amino acids or dipeptides, and these amino acids deliver building blocks to build up new connective tissue. And up to 10% of the bioactive collagen peptides are absorbed in an intact form and stimulate the cells to produce connective tissue. So we can state for bioactive collagen peptides as an advanced nutrition, 10% of the absorbed collagen peptides stimulate the cells directly. They have been absorbed in an intact form through the intestine, and 90% are digested to amino acids or small chain peptides as dipeptides. And these amino acids are delivering building blocks to build up new connective tissue. So after understanding the mode of action, we can turn now to the product and the clinical science behind them. And we are talking about products for joint health, skin health, and bone health.